Well, Macaulay, congratulations on another good weekend. I would love to know what the conversation was like in the dressing room after, though, between between you and Adam Chickson about that third goal. How did that conversation go?
It was more on the pitch really. I said to him straight away. I said, "Did you touch that?" 'Cause at first, originally, I thought it hit the post and went in. But as soon as I ran up and celebrated, I said to him, "Did you touch that?" He said, "Yeah." So obviously, I trust him, and I watched it back, and you clearly see it's his goal. So yeah, we just had a bit of banter in the change room afterwards. He was saying, "You can have it if you want," but nah, I'm just glad that obviously we got the third goal and got the win in the end.
I guess like back in the day, before they used to just have cameras everywhere filming every game, you probably could have had it, but there's no way out of it, is there? Really, there's video evidence now.
Nah, 100%. I think even the lads on the pitch didn't really know at the time. Some obviously seen chicks had touched it, and some didn't really know. But yeah, like I say, I went upstairs and on the telly straight away. I watched it back, and you can see chicks clearly touches it.
He did have a man on him, didn't he? I suppose it had to be safe. Did he do the right thing, helping it over the line, or the back of your mind, you thinking, "Come on, you could have left it."
Oh, 100%. I'd do exactly the same. I'd probably mourn at chicks if he didn't do that. You know, he's got to be in that position. I think there was a camera angle behind the goal, which is sort of in line with my head, and I think he might even been going wide or the defender might have cleared it anyway. So yeah, 100% he's got to do that. It's the best thing for the team, and I'm just like I say, I'm glad that he was there to put it in because I think he might have been going wide.
And pleasing to get the victory in that because if we're honest, it wasn't a vintage performance from Notts, but you did what was needed in the end to get the points.
No, we were far from our best. We spoke about that at half time and full time. We've got so many more levels than that. I think, but the massive positive is that we're winning games when we're playing well. We're winning games when we're not playing so well. Also, credit Altrincham. We watched them a lot in the week leading up to the game, and they were really good. I know the league position says that they've had a bit of a tough start, but in terms of performances, I think they've been there. Just haven't been getting the goals. I don't think. So credit to them. They made it tough for us. But like I say, the 3 points is the most important thing. We know that we've got to be so much better, especially going into the game tomorrow. We've got to be so much better than we were on Saturday. But we know that we can go through the levels if we need to as well.
So you're on 14 goals now. Did it aggravate you a little bit that Erling Haaland the next day goes and gets a hat trick and goes up to 15 league goals?
No, not really. Like I say, it's just a bit of sort of fun. We're levels apart at the moment. I admire him. I know there's been comparisons and stuff, but in terms of the way we play and stuff, there's not much similarities. Obviously, the physical stature he has and stuff is a lot different to me. I love seeing him score goals. He's one of my favourite strikers to watch. I sort of play cam him when I'm watching him because I think his movement is exceptional. And I try and sort of replicate that. But yeah, like I say, it's just a bit of fun when I see him scoring. Obviously, I've got texts coming through on my phone saying, "Oh, Haaland's catching you" and stuff. It's just a bit of banter, really.
He is an extraordinary player to watch. I don't think I've ever seen a centre forward like him or anybody to compare him with, really. And but you're right, his movement is what sets him apart, isn't it? Barely touches the ball, but scores a huge amount of goals because he gets himself into those right positions.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Like I say, the I literally just sit and watch him in his movement. Obviously, like I say, his physical stature and stuff. You see with his first goal, just a cross into the box, and you can't defend that. Obviously, the leap and stuff. I haven't quite got that. Obviously, the height in the leap like that. So I've sort of got to be cleverer and getting in better positions and get away from defenders more. So his second goal, he's so tall. You can see it makes it look easy. Obviously, it's quite a far away from it. It's a great pass, but he's stretching for the ball. So he makes finishes look easy. But yeah, like I say, I've got to be smarter and clever because I haven't got them sort of physical attributes. So I've got to try and get in positions where defenders aren't going to mark me. The gaffer loves Haaland. He shows us videos all the time. He speaks about him all the time. So yeah, like I say, I'm trying to take as much as I can from him.
Yeah, you do get yourself into those positions, though, don't you? And I was thinking particularly for that second one at the weekend. Toby Alderweireld rolling. I wondered if he might just be able to flick the ball in himself, but you've got yourself into such a good position just in case you wanted. And I guess that's what you have to try and do as much as you can.
Yeah, I try and be between the goalposts at all times, really, and anticipate where the ball's going to go. It was brilliant play, build up play from Keds and to get Toby down the outside, and you see the pace he's got. And yeah, maybe he could shoot himself. The keeper's sort of in the way of him, and maybe he can shoot, but he's so unselfish. He's done brilliant. I'm just grateful that he passed it to me, and I was fortunate enough to tap it in.
Wrexham next, and I think this is, I guess, for most teams in the division anyway, the one that they're looking forward to because they're the one of the big names. There's a few of you, but I guess because of their takeover, they become the ones to shoot at and the money they've spent and so on. I wonder how closely you followed all of that over the last year or so with the takeover and the documentary and so on? Is it something you've paid attention to because they're in your division, or ignored a bit?
Well, it's hard not to follow really. Obviously, I was in the division below last year, but you watch from afar and you see obviously massive names at the top of the club and stuff, and it's just a massive club anyway in general. It's another massive game for us. It's the biggest game of the season, but mainly because it's the next game. Whether we're playing Wrexham or anyone else, the next game's always the biggest. So we're just going into it with the mentality of it's just another game. Obviously, there's the added extras of there's going to be a lot of home fans here. They're going to bring a lot of fans. They're a massive club, so it's first, second as well, which is obviously makes it a little bit more exciting. But like we say, we was going with a mentality of it's another game. If we play at our levels that we can, then I'm sure that we can put in a good performance and get the 3 points.
As a fan, that the documentary is amazing to watch, fascinating to get an insight. As a player, have you watched it?
No, I haven't. Nah, no.
No. Is it a sort of thing you'd? Is it because you're in football then? Because the Arsenal one, the Spurs one, even like the basketball ones and all the others that you get as a sports fan, it's fascinating to see it. But is it just not interest you, or is it because it's a bit too close?
No, not really. I probably will watch it at some point. I have watched the Arsenal one and the Spurs one. Obviously, being in the game and stuff, it's very intriguing to see what other clubs do and how they work and stuff. And a few lads have watched it. I've spotted a few of my pals who have watched it as well. So I probably will get around to watching it. But yeah, I haven't finished the Arsenal one at the moment. So I'm just on that, and then I'll probably watch that one after. Yeah.
Um, and in terms of the game, you see what Wrexham are all about at the weekend. That for long periods of the game they're losing, but they keep going, and they've got such quality. Right at the end, they end up winning it. It just shows the sort of concentration levels you're going to have against them because they clearly just never ever give up.
Like you just mentioned there, the individual players they've got quality all over the pitch. Yeah, they got 2 late goal and get the win. That's what they do really. They make it hard for teams and they've always got the quality to go and win the game. But having said that, we know we've got the quality as well. I think if we turn up and play to our levels, then they're going to be very wary of us coming here as well, and we've got to make it really tough for them. I'm sure the fans will get right behind us. I think we can put in a good performance tomorrow and get 3 points.
And under the lights, with as many fans as are going to be there, they're the sort of games you want to play in, aren't they?
Oh, 100%, yeah, like you say, I've had a taste of it so far with the fans and stuff. Obviously, pre-season, the Nottingham Forest game, 14,000 fans or whatever it was. It's unbelievable, especially on a night. It makes it a little bit special when it's under the lights. There's going to be obviously a lot of fans there tomorrow, and I can't wait for it.